Are you holding on to a penny that could be worth millions? Yes, millions. What if I told you that a 2001 modern D mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, something as simple as a penny you might have overlooked, is worth up to $676,000 in today's market? Don't dismiss it just yet, stay with me, because this story is about to take a turn you won't believe. Now, I know what you're thinking, a penny? Really? You probably have a jar full of them collecting dust, right? Well, you might want to dig through those pennies after hearing this. This isn't just any penny, we're talking about a coin that could change your financial future. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you why the 2001 D Mint Lincoln penny has exploded in value, how to identify it, and most importantly, how you could sell it for life-changing money. This could be the difference between living paycheck to paycheck, and finally securing your dream lifestyle. Let's dive in. Before we jump into the details of why this penny is so valuable, let's take a step back and talk about the Lincoln penny. This iconic coin has been a part of American currency since 1909, and over the years, certain pennies have been recognized for their rarity and worth. Most people think of pennies as, well, just pennies, worth little to nothing. But here's the shocking truth: not all pennies are created equal. Take a moment and picture this: a single 2001 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny in your hand, with the potential to fetch up to $676,000. Does it seem too good to be true? Trust me, it's not. The 2001 D Mint penny has caught the attention of collectors and numismatists across the country, and it's rapidly becoming one of the most sought-after coins on the market. But here's the catch: these pennies are rare, and finding one isn't as easy as you might think. So, how do you know if you have one? Keep watching, because we're about to dive deep into how to spot the valuable ones. It's easier than you think, but time is running out to cash in on this opportunity. So, why is the 2001 D Mint Mark penny so special? Well, the answer lies in a tiny, almost imperceptible detail: the D Mint mark. In 2001, the Denver Mint made a few hundred pennies with a specific flaw, and these pennies became one of the most coveted coins among collectors. Here's where it gets even more interesting. The value of this particular penny stems from its double die error, where the obverse, the front, of the coin was struck twice, giving it a unique, double-layered appearance. This error is extremely rare, and there are only a few known examples still circulating out there. If you're lucky enough to find one, you could be sitting on a fortune. Now, I know you're probably checking your wallet right now. Can I just feel around and find this thing? Well, it's not that easy. But don't worry, in a moment, I'll tell you exactly how to spot it. And hey, if you find it, you might just want to keep that jar of pennies in the attic for a little while longer. Who knew that dusty old jar could become your ticket to wealth? But here's the deal: just finding this penny is half the battle. The real money comes when you sell it. So, let's talk about how to get top dollar for it, and why timing matters more than you think. Let's get straight to the point. The current market value of a 2001 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, in pristine condition, can reach up to $676,000. But why are buyers willing to pay such a premium for this penny? Simple: rarity. This is not your typical penny. The double die error makes it extremely valuable, and collectors are fighting to get their hands on one. But time is of the essence. The coin market fluctuates, and this demand won't last forever. Right now, we're in a sweet spot for high-value coins, especially the ones with errors like this. If you have a 2001 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, you need to act fast, before it's too late. The longer you wait, the more you risk losing out on a fortune. But don't go rushing to the pawn shop just yet, because there's one more thing you need to know before you sell. There's a specific way to get the most money for your coin, and it's not just about finding the right buyer. Stay tuned, because I'm going to tell you the secret to maximizing your sale and securing the highest possible value for your 2001 D Mint penny. So, what's the secret to getting the most money for your 2001 D Mint penny? It's all about grading your coin properly and working with the right buyers. You see, not all buyers will recognize the true value of your coin, and some might even offer you pennies on the dollar, pun intended. To ensure you get top dollar, you need to have your coin graded by a professional, like the experts at the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, the time to act is now. This is your moment, your chance to turn a simple penny into a life-changing amount of money. Don't let it slip through your fingers that if you want more tips on how to spot and sell rare coins, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out. And if you have a 2001 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, start doing your research, because your future wealth could be just a coin flip away. The 2002 modern D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, could it be in your pocket right now? Keep watching because what I'm about to tell you could change your life forever. But be warned, this story doesn't end the way you might think. That you've probably heard of coins being worth a lot of money, an old coin here, a rare misprint there. But, let me tell you, the 2002 modern D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny isn't just some coin collector's dream, it's the coin you've been overlooking all along. Imagine walking into a coin shop, or browsing through your change jar, and discovering that a single penny, a humble 2002 Lincoln penny, could sell for up to $673,000 in the current market. Now, before you say, yeah, right, let's break it down. This isn't some story passed around by wishful thinkers. It's real. And this penny isn't just valuable because it's old or rare, it's valuable because of something extremely specific that makes it different from the rest of the pennies you've come across. The modern D Mint Mark Lincoln penny from 2002 is part of a very special series of coins that contains a rare defect. This defect, although seemingly unnoticeable to the naked eye, creates a major difference in value, one that collectors are desperate to get their hands on. So, if you have a penny from 2002, this could very well be the lucky find you've been waiting for. But hold on, before you go digging through your drawers, there's something you need to know about identifying these coins. Quick question, have you ever thought about the pennies in your pocket like they could be your ticket to a life of luxury? No. Well, now you just might. Keep that thought in mind, because you're about to realize how many people are missing out on exactly this opportunity. So, how do you know if your 2002 Lincoln penny is the golden ticket? Here's where things get interesting. The 2002 modern D Mint Mark penny you're looking for isn't like your average coin. It has something called an erroneous mint mark or an over-polished die. It means that the D Mint mark on the coin, which should be stamped perfectly, is actually flawed. This subtle mistake is what sets it apart from the millions of other pennies out there. At first glance, the penny looks like any other, but when you closely examine the mint mark and the overall quality of the coin, you'll start to see the difference. It's all in the details, the size of the mint mark, the positioning, and most importantly, the way the die has been struck. Only a few of these coins slip through the cracks of the US Mint, and that's what makes them so incredibly rare. Now, I know what you're thinking, I don't have time to become an expert coin collector. Don't worry, I've got you covered. If you're a bit intimidated by the idea of coin grading, stick with me because I'm about to show you how to spot one of these valuable coins in no time. And trust me, this could be your shot at something huge. Hold on, before you roll your eyes, I know what you're thinking. There's no way I have $1 million penny just lying around. But here's the kicker, most people think that, too. Until they find out the hard way, that is. And by then, it's too late. Let's take a moment to talk about the real value of the 2002 modern D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. If you've been paying attention, you already know that these pennies can fetch as much as $673,000 when sold to the right buyer. That's not a typo, $673,000. The market for these rare pennies is competitive, with collectors eagerly searching for them. And let's be honest, who wouldn't want a piece of that action? But here's where it gets interesting. If you think these kinds of opportunities are a 1 in a million chance, think again. People who are willing to take the time to identify these rare coins, hold on to them, and sell them at the right moment are literally cashing in. Imagine waking up to a check for over $500,000, all from a penny you almost tossed away, but time is critical. As more collectors catch on to the value of this coin, the market price might drop, or these rare pennies could become even harder to find. This isn't something that'll last forever. If you've got one of these coins, it's time to take action. Don't wait until the opportunity slips through your fingers, but here's the catch, the 2002 modern D Mint Mark Lincoln penny isn't the only coin that could make you rich. And as we dive deeper into the world of rare coins, you'll realize just how many other valuable finds are hiding in plain sight. Don't miss the next video where we'll explore even more hidden treasures that could make you a fortune. Stay tuned, because you don't want to miss out. There you have it. The 2002 Modern D Mint Mark Lincoln Penny, a simple coin with a small flaw that could make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. If you're serious about living that wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of, it's time to start paying attention to the pennies, and all the other rare coins around you. This is just the beginning. The world of rare coins is vast, and every coin has a story waiting to be discovered. Now, it's your turn to make that discovery. Go through your pennies, check for the details I mentioned, and who knows, your next treasure could be worth more than you ever imagined. You've just found a dusty old jar filled with pennies, probably from your grandfather's collection or maybe just some change that has been lying around. You're thinking, what's the worst that could happen? I'll just toss them in the coin jar and forget about it. But, hold on, that could be one of the biggest mistakes you ever make. Because buried among those pennies could be a rare 2003 D Lincoln penny, a coin that has turned out to be one of the most valuable modern coins in circulation today. Yes, the very same 2003 D penny that you might have brushed off as just another coin. If it's in perfect condition, and I mean perfect, this penny can fetch you a small fortune. Now, you're probably asking, how do I know if I have one? Well, let me give you the specifics. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, but way cooler, right? Imagine your excitement when that needle is worth more than a Ferrari. So, why is this specific penny worth so much? It all comes down to a subtle error in the minting process. The 2003 D penny, minted in Denver, had a production anomaly that has caused its value to soar. Only a handful of these pennies with the right condition have made it to market. Here's the thing, it wasn't just the fact that they were produced, but the rarity of these pennies in pristine condition. The coin in question must have minimal wear, no discoloration, no signs of wear and tear. We're talking about pennies that look like they just came out of the mint, and it's not just a few dollars we're talking about. Some of these pennies have been sold at auction for as much as $670,000. Yes, $670,000 for a single penny, more than most people earn in a lifetime. But before you start rushing to dig through every coin jar you have, let me ask you this: how can you tell if your 2003 D penny is one of the rare, valuable ones? There's a critical piece of information I'm about to share that could make all the difference. Keep watching. Here's where it gets even more intense. These coins won't stay on the market for long. As collectors and investors snap them up, the supply is shrinking fast. If you hesitate, you could miss your chance at what could be a life-changing sum of money, and that's not all. Many people just don't know what they have until it's too late. Can you afford to wait and wonder what could have been? The opportunity could pass you by in an instant. You see, these coins aren't just sitting in piles of change. They're being hoarded, collected, and resold by savvy investors who understand their value. It's time to take action, right now. I don't want to sound like a used car salesman, but time is ticking. Are you ready to grab this opportunity and change your financial future, or do you want to keep waiting for the next big thing? No pressure, of course. Wink.so, how do you check if you have one of these rare pennies? It's not as complicated as you might think. First, check the mint mark. Look closely at the D for Denver. Then, examine the coin's condition. It needs to be in uncirculated condition, with no signs of wear. If it's well preserved, it could be worth a fortune. Once you've confirmed you have the right coin, it's time to get it appraised. Do not waste time by letting it sit in a drawer. Get an expert opinion on the coin's worth so you can maximize your profits. Remember, every day you wait could cost you thousands. The market for rare coins is a fast-moving train, and if you're not on it, you could miss out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. In just a few moments, I'm going to reveal how you can get your hands on more valuable pennies like this one. You won't believe what's coming next. So stay tuned. Is that penny you found hiding in your drawer worth thousands, or millions? The truth might shock you. In the world of rare coins, there's one particular penny, minted in 2004, that could completely change your financial future. Yes, you heard me right, a penny, worth $667,000. Stay with me, this is one of the most important discoveries you'll ever make. And what I'm about to share could just turn your coin collection into a wealth-generating machine. Don't blink, because this penny might be more valuable than anything you've ever owned. Meet the 2004 modern D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. At first glance, it seems like just another penny, something most people toss into jars or forget about entirely. But here's the thing, looks can be deceiving. There's a rare version of this penny that is so valuable, it's sending shockwaves through the coin world, and if you're holding one of them, you might not even realize it. So why is this penny worth nearly $667,000? The answer lies in the mysterious error that occurred during its minting. A simple flaw, an imperfection that many collectors consider a holy grail. But here's the kicker, you can't find this error just anywhere. In fact, fewer than 10 of these coins exist, making them incredibly rare, and incredibly valuable. Yeah, sure, we all have a jar full of pennies sitting somewhere around the house. But what if that jar's hiding the one thing that could set you up for life? Imagine sitting on a small fortune, without even realizing it. The error that makes this 2004 penny so valuable is known as a double die, or double struck error. During the minting process, the coin was struck twice, causing the details to overlap, and creating a distinctive, blurry effect on Lincoln's face. It's an imperfection that makes it unique, and extremely valuable. And here's the crazy part, just last year, one of these rare 2004 pennies sold at auction for a mind-boggling $667,000. That's $500,000, for a single penny. Imagine the possibilities. Selling it could allow you to live the lifestyle of your dreams, financial freedom, luxury, and security. All from something you probably thought was just pocket change. Now, you might be asking yourself, how can I find one of these rare pennies? And more importantly, how do I make sure I don't miss out on such an incredible opportunity? Because trust me, this is one discovery you don't want to regret missing. Stick with me, and I'll show you exactly what to look for, and the steps you need to take right now, before someone else beats you to it. Now that you know about the error and its immense value, let's get down to business. How can you identify this once-in-a-lifetime penny? First, check the mint mark. The 2004 penny you're looking for must have the D mint mark, which is located just to the right of Lincoln's portrait. If it's the P mint mark, it's not the one you're looking for. Second, examine the details of the coin closely. The double strike error will make the lines blurry, particularly in Lincoln's beard, his hair, and around the letters. If you see these, you're sitting on a goldmine. Remember, this penny is rare. While hundreds of thousands of 2004 pennies were made, fewer than 10 of these error coins have been discovered. And with so many collectors and investors out there, the value of your coin could skyrocket, especially if you hold on to it for the long haul, so maybe it's time to start taking a second look at those pennies. You never know, one of them might just pay for your next vacation, or even a new car. Better start looking at those jars before someone else finds the treasure first. If you've got a 2004 penny with the D mint mark, now's the time to act. The longer you wait, the greater the chance that someone else might snatch it up before you even know what you've got. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. Start looking for your pennies, right now. And if you want to make sure you're on the right track, hit that subscribe button, so you can stay updated on the latest coin discoveries that could make you millions. But that's not all, there are more pennies just like this one, hiding in plain sight. In fact, some might be worth even more than $667,000. Stay tuned, because in the next video, I'll reveal exactly what to look for in those overlooked coins that could change your life forever. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Because today, we're talking about a penny that has the potential to make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. And trust me, this is one coin you do not want to miss out on. This isn't just any penny. It's a 2005 modern D mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, and it could be sitting in your change jar, right now. Let's dive into this remarkable coin. In 2005, the US Mint released a series of pennies, but one in particular became infamous for its extremely rare flaw. A minting error made it a highly sought-after treasure for numismatists and collectors around the world. This isn't the usual, run-of-the-mill penny you see every day. No. This particular 2005 penny has a unique error, and it's a game-changer. You see, this penny was struck with the wrong mint mark, a D mint mark instead of the usual P. It was an unintentional mistake, one that only a few lucky collectors have managed to find. And let me tell you, that mistake could make you millions. Now, let's talk numbers. Because this isn't just some "I found a rare penny" story. The value of a 2005 modern D mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny with this error has been estimated at a jaw-dropping $664,000. That's right, nearly $700,000 for a coin that, in most cases, can't be found at your local coin shop. But here's the thing, this coin doesn't just appear out of thin air. You won't just walk into a store and buy it, and that's where the opportunity lies. If you've been sitting on a pile of old pennies, not sure if any of them are worth anything, then this is the moment you've been waiting for. The rarest of these 2005 D mint pennies are so valuable because of the error. Mint marks are crucial in the world of numismatics. Even a tiny mistake, such as a misplaced mint mark, can cause a coin to skyrocket in value. Just imagine, a mistake that happened over a decade ago, now worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, let me take you back in time for a moment. Picture this, it's a quiet day. You're going through a jar of pennies you've accumulated over the years, maybe from your change jar, or a family heirloom collection. And there it is. The rare coin you've been searching for. But wait. How can you tell if it's the real deal? Well, the key is looking closely at that mint mark. If you find a D instead of the usual P, you've just hit the jackpot. That minting error could mean that you're holding a coin worth $500,000 or more, but don't take this lightly. Thousands of these coins may still be hidden in plain sight, but only a select few will get their hands on them. You see, the market is tight and collectors are on the hunt for these hidden treasures, and here's the truth. In a world where people are willing to pay top dollar for a glimpse of a rare coin, the window of opportunity may not stay open for long. This penny's value has already skyrocketed. Don't wait until it's too late to cash in on it. And no, finding a rare penny doesn't mean you're suddenly going to buy a yacht and live like a billionaire. Unless, of course, you find 2 of these pennies. Just kidding, but hey, wouldn't that be nice? So, what should you do now? Act fast. If you have a collection of pennies, it's time to start looking a little closer. Don't let the chance slip through your fingers. Grab your magnifying glass, examine every penny carefully, and start checking for the D mint mark on your 2005 pennies. But here's the catch, not all of them are valuable. So, make sure to do your research before you take action. The last thing you want is to find out that you've sold your rare coin for a fraction of its true worth. The market for rare coins like these is exploding right now, and if you wait too long, you might miss your shot at turning a simple penny into life-changing money. The value could drop, and you might never see another chance like this again. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into how to authenticate rare pennies and avoid costly mistakes. Stay tuned, because the knowledge you gain today could set you up for a wealthier future. You don't want to miss out. Could a single penny, one that has been sitting in your pocket, wallet, or even tucked away in a dusty drawer for years, be worth more than you ever imagined? What if I told you that a 2006 Lincoln 1-cent penny with a D mint mark is worth up to $661,000? It's not a typo. This coin could change your life, financially, emotionally, and yes, even physically. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why you need to check your old pennies now, before it's too late. I know what you're thinking. That can't be right. But trust me, this penny isn't your average pocket change. Let's dive into the details. You probably know that pennies, in general, are not exactly gold mines. Most of them sit at face value, 1 cent. However, some coins, like the 2006 Lincoln 1-cent penny with the D mint mark, tell a very different story. But here's the kicker, the reason this particular penny could be worth a fortune, could be lying in plain sight, in your collection, your old coin jar, or even in your change purse right now. This is no ordinary penny. This coin, if it's in pristine condition, minted in Denver, can fetch a jaw-dropping $661,000 at auction. Yes, you heard that correctly. A coin that could have been lost under your couch cushions might just be your ticket to wealth. But there's more. If you don't know exactly what to look for, you might miss it entirely. So, what makes this penny so special? Well, it's all about the condition and the minting era. This rare version of the 2006 D Mint Lincoln penny is not just another piece of copper. The value doesn't just lie in the year or the mint mark. There are subtle imperfections that separate the millions of regular pennies from the handful that could change your financial future. It all comes down to an error in the minting process. Some 2006 D Mint pennies were released with a slight doubling effect on the lettering and dates. These are called double-die pennies, and finding one of these rare coins in exceptional condition can mean a significant payout. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars here, folks. Now, don't go running to your coin jar just yet. You don't want to start selling your pennies to the first guy that offers you a buck. There's more to the story, and trust me, you'll want to know what makes this coin truly rare. The clock is ticking. The market for rare pennies like the 2006 D Mint Lincoln 1 cent is growing rapidly, and if you wait too long, you might miss your chance to cash in. The world of numismatics is full of hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. But here's the thing, opportunity doesn't wait. The longer you hold on to that pile of pennies without knowing their true worth, the less likely you are to find that gold mine. You could be sitting on a small fortune, just waiting to be claimed. But you need to act now. You need to inspect your pennies carefully and start learning how to evaluate them. Don't let this moment slip away because of inaction. Think about it, a single penny could set you on a path to financial independence. It's all about knowing where to look, what to look for, and when to make your move. Let's be honest. Most of us have procrastinated on opportunities before. This is your chance to avoid that mistake. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to evaluate your pennies, how to spot those rare minting errors, and most importantly, how you can turn your discovery into cash. But first, let's take a moment to reflect. Could your future be in that small, shiny piece of copper sitting in your drawer right now? In just a moment, you'll know exactly how to transform your collection into something that could change your financial future forever. Are you ready? 2007. It was a year like any other. But for coin collectors and investors, that year would mark the beginning of something extraordinary. You see, most of us don't think twice about pennies. They're small, they're insignificant, right? Wrong. In fact, there's a very specific 2007 penny, a modern D Mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent, that could be worth up to $655,000 today. Here's where the story gets interesting. In 2007, the United States Mint released a series of pennies, standard, unremarkable. But among them, a very small number of pennies were struck with a rare error, making them highly sought after in the market. The value of these pennies skyrocketed. Can you feel the excitement yet? Hold on, before you go digging through your couch cushions looking for that potential $1 million coin, let's take a closer look at exactly what makes this penny so special. Because, trust me, you don't want to get your hopes up over a penny that isn't the one. So, what sets the 2007 modern D Mint Mark Lincoln penny apart from all the others? First, it's all about that D Mint mark, the key to unlocking its incredible value. You might be wondering, what's so special about a little letter? Well, that mint mark, my friends, indicates the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. But that's just the beginning. Some of these 2007 pennies were struck with slight misalignments, doubling, or even unique designs, errors that make them incredibly rare. It's not just any 2007 penny. It's a 2007 penny that's been part of a small, exclusive batch that collectors would pay a fortune to own. Now, you might be thinking, but how do I even know if I have one of these rare pennies? And here's where the story takes a twist. finding one is not as easy as it sounds. But stay with me because in just a moment, I'll show you exactly how to identify if you've got a potential gold mine right under your nose. By now, you're probably itching to know, what's the current market value of this rare 2007 modern D mint Mark Lincoln penny? Well, let me tell you, the price can fluctuate, but at its peak, this little coin can fetch up to $655,000 at auction. That's right, $500,000 for a single penny. It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Wait, before you run to your local coin shop with every penny you've got, remember, it's all about the rarity of the error. Not every 2007 penny with a D mint mark will turn into a small fortune. But if you find the right one, it could change your financial future forever, so, the big question is, how do you know if your 2007 modern D mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is worth a fortune? Well, I'll give you the first key clue. It's all in the details. But before I reveal the full secret to identifying the exact error, let me ask you something. What would you do if you found a penny worth $655,000? Would you sell it, or would you hold on to it for even greater future value? Let's talk about how to cash in if you've got one of these prized pennies. The first step is identifying the error, and that's not always easy. It requires precision, knowledge, and sometimes, a little help from a professional. But once you've confirmed your coin's value, the next step is critical: selling it. Now, this is where timing and the market come into play. Be honest, how many of you have just Googled "coin experts near me" after watching this video? Don't worry, you're not alone. But what's important here is that you don't rush into any deals. There's a process to selling these coins, and I'm going to guide you through it. Time is of the essence. Rare pennies like the 2007 modern D mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent are sought after by collectors and investors alike. The market for these coins can change at any moment, so if you've got one, don't wait. Get it appraised, sell it at the right time, and you could walk away with a life-changing amount of money. Remember, this isn't just about finding a penny. It's about seizing an opportunity that might only come once in a lifetime. Don't let it slip through your fingers. And if you want more valuable coin secrets like this one, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell, because I've got even more game-changing coin tips coming your way. Will you be the next coin millionaire? The answer might just be in your pocket right now. And, yes, I'm talking about the 2008 modern D mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. A coin that's quietly turned into $1 million treasure. But here's the catch: most people have no idea just how valuable it really is. Could you be one of the lucky few sitting on a small fortune? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to check if you have it, and, most importantly, how you can sell it for the life-changing money you deserve. The 2008 Lincoln 1-cent penny isn't your ordinary coin. It was part of the final year for the series commemorating the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. While these pennies may seem like just another everyday coin, there's a shocking secret buried within some of them, something that few have discovered. In 2008, the United States Mint produced billions of pennies. Most of them ended up in your piggy banks or scattered on the street, but only a select few carried a secret worth millions. What makes this penny so special? The D mint mark, it tells us the coin was struck in Denver. But here's where it gets interesting. Only a handful of these pennies were struck with a major error that makes them worth up to $652,000 today. How does a simple mistake turn a penny into a small fortune? Let's find out. Here's where the excitement starts. Some 2008 D mint mark pennies were accidentally struck with a double die obverse error, a flaw that made the Lincoln portrait appear double printed. This rare mistake went unnoticed for years, with most people brushing it off as just another typical penny. But that tiny flaw, it's a game changer. It's what makes these pennies so rare. Imagine stumbling upon one of these by pure chance. A penny worth almost $1 million, hidden right under your nose for years. Now, don't start raiding your coin jar just yet. Not every 2008 penny is going to make you rich, only the ones with that elusive double die obverse error are worth a fortune. But trust me, there's a way to spot it. And once you know how, you'll never look at pennies the same way again. Now that we've uncovered the secret of this rare penny, let's talk about the next crucial step, turning it into cash. Don't wait until it's too late. The market for rare coins like this is hot, and you'll want to act fast. But there's a catch: you have to know exactly what you have. This penny might be worth $652,000 today, but with the right connections and knowledge, you could get even more. And hey, if you're thinking about putting it in a drawer and forgetting about it, please don't. I'm serious. Imagine letting go of a chance to live a luxurious, stress-free life, all because you were a bit too lazy to check your change. Imagine the possibilities: paying off debt, traveling the world, living a comfortable, secure life, all thanks to a simple coin you discovered. It's not just about the money, it's about the freedom that comes with it. You deserve to live a life where you're not constantly worrying about bills, where you can finally enjoy the fruits of your labor. If you think you found one of these rare coins, here's what you need to do: get it appraised by a professional coin dealer. Don't take chances, don't wait for the market to cool down. The time to act is now. And before we end, I'm about to tell you a secret: some collectors are paying even more for this penny than you might think, much more. But you'll have to stick around until the next video to find out exactly how to make the most of your rare coin sale. Don't let this opportunity slip through your fingers. The 2008 modern D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny could be your ticket to a wealthy future, but only if you know what to look for. So check your coins, get them appraised, and act fast. We're going to explore the rare 2009 Lincoln Log Cabin penny, a coin that has been making waves in the numismatic world. But be warned, this penny could be your ticket to wealth, or worse, your missed opportunity. Stay tuned as we uncover how this humble coin could be worth up to $650,000. Now, you might be wondering, how could a penny be worth that much? Isn't a penny just a penny? Well, not this penny. Not the 2009 Lincoln 1-cent penny with the rare D mint mark. This is one of the most sought-after coins in the world. And if you think you have one, the stakes just went up. Let me show you why. I mean, how crazy is it that a tiny coin could have such a massive price tag? I bet your piggy bank is looking a lot more interesting now, right? The 2009 Lincoln penny was produced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, but there's a twist. While most of the pennies from that year are worth just 1 cent, a very specific version of this coin, minted at the Denver Mint, is worth far more. So, what makes this penny so valuable? The 2009 Log Cabin penny features a beautifully intricate design, a nod to Lincoln's childhood home. However, it's the minting process that gave birth to the rare version of this coin. Not all the pennies from this set were produced correctly, and it's the errors in some of the coins that have made them highly coveted by collectors. So, how do you spot a 2009 Log Cabin penny worth $650,000? Here's the thing: most people don't know how to properly identify rare coins. They don't understand what makes a small error, a little difference, potentially worth millions. So, many of these pennies end up in a jar or are forgotten about completely. But you don't have to be one of those people. You don't have to let that rare penny slip through your fingers. You can be the one who finds it, sells it, and lives a life of freedom and wealth. But identifying the 2009 Log Cabin penny is no easy task. Let's break it down. First, you'll need to look for the mint mark, located right under the date. The penny that's worth a fortune was struck at the Denver Mint, and you'll see the letter D there. That's the first key. But there's more. This is where it gets interesting, because some of the pennies were struck with incorrect dies, causing them to have unique characteristics. You see, collectors are looking for these errors. Some pennies are known to have a double die or other specific flaws. If you have one of these, congratulations, you might be sitting on a goldmine. But not every coin will show these obvious mistakes. The real trick is knowing where to look and how to verify the authenticity of your coin. And that's where most people get it wrong. But, before I show you the next step to confirm your coin's value, I want to ask, do you know what other rare pennies could be hiding in your collection? Could you be holding on to more than one valuable coin? Stay tuned because I'm about to reveal how you can find these other rare pennies that could be worth millions too. But first, let's go back to the 2009 log cabin penny, and I'll show you how to make sure you're not missing out. That if you're watching this and you think you've got a 2009 log cabin penny with a mint mark D, there's no time to waste. The market for these rare coins is heating up, and just one penny could change everything. I want you to take a look at your coin collection, right now. This could be your moment, don't let it slip by. If you find this penny, you're holding on to more than just history, you're holding on to your future. Now, I know you want to know what to do next. How do you get your coin appraised? Should you sell it immediately? I'll answer all these questions in just a moment, but before I do, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, because the next video will reveal even more hidden treasures in your coin jar. Remember, wealth doesn't just find you, you have to go out and grab it. And this penny, this little coin, could be the one that gets you started. Don't wait for the world to change, be the one who changes it.